I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 5 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. For many people, that's mainly what they know about Dr. King, that he gave the I Have a Dream speech that August the 28th, 1963. Matter of fact, it seems that this man, Dr. King, has been raised to almost mythological proportions, and it makes it difficult for anybody to copy what he did or achieve. But what was it that made that speech stand out so much? What was it that made that speech stand out so that in the year 2015, people still remember the speech that he did? And when it was time for her to give up her seat, she refused absolutely to give up that seat. Not today. I'm not giving up my seat. And they took that young lady off the bus and took her straight to jail and arrested her. She left kicking and screaming, but she went to jail and she was arrested for that crime of not giving up her seat to a white person. You know exactly who I'm talking about. None other than Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin, the 15-year-old that in the year of 1955 refused to give up her seat. But because other people had tried to do this before, they said maybe we can use the case of Claudette Colvin to change the bus laws here in Montgomery. But they said, this is not going to work. They had 3 reasons why they couldn't use Claudette Colvin. The first one is that she was only 15 years old. The second one is that she had just gotten pregnant. The third one, they said she was too dark-skinned. And she wouldn't fit the image that they wanted for the Civil Rights Front. As he started getting to the car, going closer and closer to his house, he could hear. He could see smoke starting to rise, kind of close to where he lived. What's happening over there? Wait a minute. That's my house. Somebody had threw a bomb in his house, blew off the front porch of his house. And he's got a baby, Coretta. Yogi? Yogi, you okay? Yogi, where are you? Coretta? Now, people are challenging him and coming in. What are you going to do now, King? Huh? What are you going to do now? See, you're talking all this other stuff. Now, they done bombed your house. What are you going to do? He said, hold it. I'm sick and tired of violence. I'm sick and tired of hatred. He said, I'm not going to use violence. No matter who says it. And then I got to Memphis. And some began to say the threats and talk about the threats that were out. Well, I don't know what will happen to me from some of our sick white brothers. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it doesn't matter with me now. Because I've been to the mountaintop. And I don't mind. Like any man, I would like to live a long life, longevity.